All right. We are live. It is the producer's show. Justin, good morning to you, by the way.
Good morning, Dave.
Is this a tense day in the Trudell household, just knowing how many votes have already been casted? I saw you already went to the polls. Is your dad just kind of nervous going into today, or what's he feeling like?
My family, well, I'm not at my parents' house, so
Yep.
I'm not entirely sure how they feel. I think they're pretty confident. We live in a Trump household.
Yeah.
They're pretty confident. I would say it's more not nervous, but like desperation, but also like nothing changes if Kamala wins. So that's the
Right.
point I'm trying to get across.
Okay. Well, I like that you're not joking about it because I do see a lot of people on the internet are triggered by your tweet this morning, which is voting for Bill Trudell in two spots, right? You voted for him for president, and then what was the other spot?
Senator
Senator.
against Liz Warren and I think Deaton.
John
Was
Deaton, is that what it
the,
was? Yeah.
Republican.
Yes.
And
I saw one tweet that stood out to me, which was MHB, which was stone cold serious. And by the way, MHB was a topic of conversation yesterday
yes,
because of his placement within the KMS top 50 and all that stuff. And now today he comes back flying at you because you're clearly not taking this election seriously whatsoever by voting for Bill Trudell.
it's the most important election. I saw a couple of people say like it's the most important election, and it's a bit. And my thing is, would you rather me? No one who says this, like if I said, you know what, actually I'm going to vote, and then I vote for Kamala, people would be like, oh, that's even worse.
Right.
So people pretty much just want everyone to vote their way, and if you don't vote their way, you're anti-American.
Right.
Blah blah blah.
How'd you vote on the MCAS, by the way? That's a big issue.
I actually disagree with you. I think the MCAS should. I actually take the questions pretty seriously. The question one, I think, was the auditor, which I think
but the thing with the MCAS is the MCAS doesn't necessarily need to go away. It's that it's just not a requirement for graduation or things like that. Like they can still do the MCAS.
Take the MCAS?
Yes, I was like the first year of the MCAS. I think
it was like incredibly easy. Like I think if you can't pass the MCAS, I went to a charter school in Foxborough, and I'm pretty sure everyone in my grade passed the MCAS on the first try in 10th grade.
Yes, but what we have teachers basically like teaching to pass the MCAS, right? Like isn't that part of the issue?
Yeah, I guess that's I didn't even think about it that way.
Yes, that's like
that's all the school would care about is MCAS pass rates.
Yeah,
so if the kids are stupid, but they know how to pass an MCAS. That's a good point. Wow, damn! I wish we'd had this conversation.
I don't trust. I mean, we've seen enough. We've heard enough. I don't trust Chase Cullinane to pass an MCAS. So it's just get rid of it. Whatever. Figure it out. Do some other test that isn't. You don't have to pass it to graduate.
Would you vote on mushrooms?
I forget that one. I didn't care. I think I said no because I'm not into the weird stuff. So I just don't care.
I'm not psychedelics. I think I voted yes, but I've never done psychedelics.
Yeah, I just don't like care for that shit. I said Donald Trump that I was voting for him, and I stuck to my guns. I didn't write Bill Trudell in, so I apologize to the family on that. Was anyone other than MHB furious? I know actually one person has been thinking about it for sure. We'll call him in a second. But was anybody other than MHB furious at your Bill Trudell picture? Anybody else get kind of triggered by it?
Just people that like no one in the Minifan world. I did see a couple of responses that were like, "Yo, this is." A lot of people attacking my handwriting too. My handwriting is awful.
It's pretty sloppy. Yeah,
call it Zodiac third grader handwriting.
I noticed that yesterday with your list because you're not writing a ton during the show. Mm-hmm. You used to write like timestamps every now and then, but you did your list with Mike the other day, and I noticed like you did a ton of names, and your handwriting was like
it's atrocious,
really bad.
That of a retarded 7-year-old.
Yeah.
But how'd you vote for the main thing I'm worried about is this bartender thing?
Yeah, I voted. I think no was the answer, right? Yeah, so no minimum wage. That's what we were instructed to vote, right?
Yes.
That's what Daver said, right? Daver's kind of the expert here.
Every single bartender or waiter, waitress I know wants people to vote no, but apparently it's going to pass because in Boston it's very popular.
Oh, it is very popular in Boston? Okay, let's call. I teased this because he actually called me this morning. Shocker, Michael Montante is golfing today. He wanted me to play 9 holes with him at 3:30 this afternoon. And he did bring up the fact that your text triggered him. So let's call him. Hold on. There we
go. Hello.
Hey, you got us?
Yes.
Okay. What's the feeling right now? You're live on the producer show. I can tell. I mean, you won't even do a live stream tonight. You're a little bitch about that for some stupid reason.
Yeah.
But what's your
Yeah.
temperature now? How you feeling? The day has come. What are you feeling?
I feel good. I'm confident. Mortified. I'm actually listening to the producer, so I'm a little behind. The sentiment that Justin says and Kirk say is so fucking dumb. Oh, if Colimo wins, nothing will change. Oh, yeah, like nothing changed the past 4 years. Price of everything's insane. We're on the brink of World War III, and people had to switch careers of a fucking vaccine mandate.
Yep.
So when you say, "Oh, nothing will change," shut the fuck up. I'm confident, but I'm mortified. Like, I'm not looking at tweets. I'm trying to stay away. Like tonight, I'll be watching, Maction on ESPN.
Yep.
I'm peeking every once in a while at Polymark because they have the live odds thing.
Right.
See it move, but I'm confident, but I'm absolutely mortified.
Isn't the poly market thing bullshit? Because I keep saying it's like the majority of people who bet on that are like Republican crypto bros. So of course they're gonna bet on Donald Trump.
Yeah, but obviously, if you're setting lines for anything, whether it's football or that, you have to even out the money. So if Trump keeps going up and up and up, they're going to entice people to vote Colima. So it's actually, it's going to be slanted. I know you asked Polar. He's fucking broken, by the way. I thought he's fucking demented, man. Holy shit! Relax, buddy.
I think Polar is very, very funny. I like him a lot. But his tweet of I woke up this morning with a huge election was the ultimate. Like, I don't even want to like middle class white Democrat mom who's on the school board. Like, I woke up this morning with a huge election. It's like he is more into this election than anyone else I've seen. I love it. What's
your scene tonight, Montante? Because you're, like I said, you're chicken shit. You won't publicize how you're feeling on the fly, which, by the way, would probably be the best. Don't you agree with this, Justin? This would probably be the best Montante content. I would say you're scared shitless. You're into it. You're intelligent. Might not be the best word, but like you back up your points. Like it would be compelling content to witness. You're just fearful, like you're embarrassed that people see you like this.
Let me comment on something you just said. I actually agree with what you said after the debate. I could debate 10 people and I would beat everybody. I'd actually be a good debater. I could do that. But
I do not. I said that on the show. I actually don't think you would ever lose a debate. It was actually one of the most impressive things I've ever seen.
Yes.
Besides your golf.
Yeah. I agree with that. So I'm sure it would be entertaining, but I'd rather be in fucking Baghdad than on I'm just so stressed out. Like Justin Duran's texting me like updates, and I told him the other day after the Jet game, hope his kids grow up without a father. And I'm actually more annoyed at him right now. Like I don't want to talk about politics. I just want to wake up tomorrow, see the news that the Orange Man's coming back, and just go on my life. I'm so stressed. Even this, like, it's fun because we're not talking about it too seriously. Yep. But like, if someone went talking seriously right now, I would be ready to fucking kill myself.
Well, I'll give you credit. You're going about your day. Like you're playing golf today, so you're doing everything normally. You're living your life. But come what 5 p.m. No, because you're playing at 3:30. You said so. You'll probably play for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then 7 p.m. and on. You're stuck on the couch watching. What are you watching? Who are you watching it with? What's that scene look like?
I think I got to see who's playing them. Actually, I think it might be Eastern Michigan. I'm going to order pizza. There's this good place in Medford. I'll get some pizza, have a couple drinks. I think Mima and his girlfriend will probably be the ones giving me updates, which will be stressing me out. But I'll be doing as much as I can to distract. I'll be glancing, like I said, every once in a while. I'll have an idea of where things are heading. But if you just stare at that and just focus, you'll lose your fucking. I'll be speaking to the wall. By midnight. I can't do it.
I was right when I said on the show yesterday that like you wouldn't have fun with it. Like I wasn't even trying to be a dick when I said that. I was just like,
oh no, you were dead right. Like that's why I feel like I sympathize. I guess part of their job. Like if you're a diehard Mets fan, like you are Clemmer, the last place I'd want to be is on a live stream. Like that's just not.
Yeah, but you not having fun with it is everybody else having fun watching it. What's the big deal?
Yeah, well, I'm not. I'm going to look out for me here. I don't care about everyone. I hope everyone else has a miserable night.
Well, okay.
I could care less.
All right.
I just want to wake up to Trump. That's all.
All right.
I want to go in that studio tomorrow with Munt. Trump winning. Two very far right guys celebrating.
Yep.
That's what I want.
Okay. So tomorrow, let's just say, for argument's sake, what's tomorrow look like if Kamala Harris wins tonight? What does tomorrow look like for Michael Montante on the show?
I'm gonna be fucking miserable. I'm absolutely miserable. I'll be dead. I'll be defeated.
Yep.
Yeah, it'll be bad, but I think we're going to get that. There's a chance that, we'll be projecting where it's going to go because, these states can't fucking count elections like a normal country. So we might be there, but if it's a Kamala announced victory, it'll be bad. It'll be like losing every big game all at once. Like this has a bigger magnitude than the Super Bowl, like times 5 to me.
All right, last question, Justin. Do you have anything else or no?
No.
Okay, last question. Week 10 of Mohegan Sun Sportsbook Live is this Thursday. Come week 11, will Mike Montante be sitting next to Mutt live from Mohegan Sun? Will you be a part of that show week 11 and forward? There's definitely talking. There's absolutely talking behind the scenes about this program between you and Mutt.
I initiated it. I let him know months ago I would do it. That's as much talk as we've had. There's nothing. I'm not lying about anything. I'm always honest. I would do it. The show would be better with me on it. Just lean into full Minifan. I'm a better gambler and more entertaining than Eton. I'm not as big as a fucking cunt as he is too. The show would be better on all aspects, but I don't think it's going to happen. But if it does happen, if it does get brought up, I will accept and I will be live in Mohegan at least every other show.
All right, Montante. We will see you tomorrow morning. Hopefully, I don't know. I voted for Trump, so I'm with you on this one. But obviously, Justin is not. He is against Trump.
Worst bit of all time. Everyone actually writing in Bill Trudell. Get your fucking.
Oh yeah, why the fuck? That's how bad we are. Why didn't we ask you about this? That irritated you. You said that. Yeah, that irritated you.
I swear to God. And I knew, but it's like I have perspective on it. Like, I know I shouldn't be getting actually mad at it, but I see people tweeting at me like, "Oh, look, I voted for Bill Trudell. I just want to unfollow them, block them, threaten." It's I fucking hate it. Justin, fuck you for doing it. It's the worst bit of all time. I'd rather you fucking watch you eat chicken nuggets and puke 1,000 times over this god awful bit of writing.
I mean,
fuck you for doing it.
Unless those people tweeting at you live in Pennsylvania, it is beyond meaningless. It means nothing. It means nothing.
I know, and I get that. And this is more of a me problem, but fuck Justin for this stupid bit.
All right, goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
All right, that's Michael Montante. He is
I told you he's not going to have. He takes these elections super seriously,
which is great. Which is great, though.
It's awesome, and I love it. I'm glad he's taking it super seriously. But it's just like I also find it funny when people have that reaction to me writing my dad in.
I would so much rather turn on the. I mean, we would be there, but I would so much rather turn on the TV tonight and see Michael Montante's face watching, whether it be like an Octobox situation in the studio of CNN, Amazon, you know what I mean? Like ABC, all these different like presidential coverages. And so I would so much rather be watching that tonight than watching, I'm going to go with Amazon, I said yesterday, but that's such a shame. I'm irritated by that he won't put himself out there and showcase that, but it is what it is.
It's a choice.
It's a choice. What are you watching tonight? Are you watching it with anybody? Or are you going to be with Bubba watching it?
I mean, Bubba watches it. He kind of has like his own room that he watches news in all the time. I'll hop in and out, check that. Yep. I think Jersey Jerry's doing a live stream.
I was actually wondering that if anyone at Barstool was doing it. He's doing like his Jerry After Dark is going to be a presidential coverage type thing.
Yeah, so I'll check that out.
Yep.
But for the most part, I'll just have like my laptop open.
Yeah.
Just like scrolling Twitter.
Seeing what the hell's happening. All right. KMS Top 50, just quickly, we talked about it a lot yesterday. Menners did confirm, I watched some content with him on it last night. Basically, he just wanted to get people talking, so that's why he put it out there. I would say, like, what's the problem with just, like, doing a live stream then, off the cuff? Instead of just tweeting it and the list, why didn't he just say, like, hey, Freddie Lynn, hey, Mama Kay, because they go on the shows all the time. Let's just jump on right now. Let's just do this. Because then at least we have the rationale behind it. That's still impromptu. That's still going to get people to talk. Why just literally a visual list of it?
I guess his thought would be kind of like you put out the list and then there's a bunch of questions. That makes questions happen. Why is this person here? Why is that? So it gets the hype going. And then you put out the thing explaining it.
Okay.
Which maybe that's his reasoning. I'm not saying I agree with it, but I'm saying that people are talking about the list.
Not a bad strategy. I'll give him credit.
Like, oh, MHB's not on the list. Sure.
Yeah. And listen, I'm a day. I've said this in the past. I'm a day one Menners guy. Menners yesterday actually came to my defense. Apparently Tim Ridgolds is a pervert. I had no idea, but listen, this is the video. You want to cue it up or do I cue it up?
It's the only way I could get her to play. The town, right?
Big basketball?
Can we get a game one fit check, please? How
old is she going to be then? she's second grade. Oh, so she's just
It's
goofing
just gonna be
around.
shitty, right? So Menners is. Can you hear me over that? Menners, that is way worse. Menners gets pissed that I quote want to cancel Tony Maz. That is way worse because nobody in the right mind thought Tim Ridgels was talking to my daughter in that situation, talking about my daughter in that situation. That is completely out of context from Menner's perspective. Like that is way worse than me using Tony Maz's own words that he said on a radio program. And tweeting it out. That's way worse.
I also
appreciate him looking out for me, by the way. Go ahead.
I also think that like that is a question. Like coaches wear different things. Like you could take it seriously. You could wear a suit. Like Mick, he was coaching the basketball team. He wore a suit. Other people when they're coaching, they wear sweatpants and a sweatshirt. Like it's like he just wanted to. How is Dave going to wear a silly outfit to coach? He wasn't asking for your daughter.
Well, I don't know. People disagree with us. Let's see. Desac Dragger says that is absolutely damning. Oh my God. Maybe we're just looking at that wrong. Maybe Tim Ridgels isn't, a friend of mine. And I don't know. That maybe he is a creep. Who's to say?
Maybe he's so much of a friend of yours. He actually wants to not even in the pervert way. He's just like slay.
Yeah, I don't know with my daughter. Justin, that's not helping you and the other bit that you have going on. No, I don't know. But in terms of my fit check, if you're going to ask me how I'm going to dress up, I go with like sporty athletic pants. You know what I mean? Like what do you call it? Like mesh pants or whatever.
Are you going to run with the team?
Oh yeah. If I tell them to do something, I got to do it myself as well. The only thing I'm
keep you from.
Well, I'm on medication now. So I went to my doctor a couple months ago and I got some new medication because I'd have some issues breathing. I've been wheezing a little bit more lately and I don't like that. But I think I have it under control now. I will say this though, after we talked about it just super briefly on the show, I got probably 3 DMs from people, not that that's like the end all be all amount of DMs, by the way. I got 3 DMs from people that coach youth basketball. I think one said 3rd grade, another was like 2nd and seem younger. They said it's way more serious than what I portrayed on the show. I don't know if our youth
town league, right? It's not even like a travel league.
Yeah, right? And I'm not even like assuming it's a league. Like I just did soccer with Chase. I wasn't a coach or anything like that, but it was it's a glorified play group. The coaches they had exactly the manual of what the Walpole Rec told them to do. And it was like capture the flag or some shit. It was the dumbest stuff ever. That's what I'm kind of assuming this is, but I don't know because then I also went to the Walpole Rec website and there is a travel team for 2nd graders. And obviously we're not doing that, but I just mean they take basketball that seriously. I have no memory of it, but they take it that seriously in 2nd grade. I thought it was a glorified play group is what I assumed as you're talking to somebody. But these people say I'm wrong. It's a little bit more serious.
Yeah. What was I going to say? This just reminds me of when Kirk said he was coaching baseball and the other coaches would be on the phone for like an hour talking about like game planning.
That was a little older though, right? That was older, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. If that's the case, you can't quit on the team, I guess, but like things will, I don't know. I'm literally only doing it. Like I said on the show, my daughter she just wants to do like dance and gymnastics shit, which I don't like. Like you play sports because you're going to be playing with the kids in your school and all that shit. When you do gymnastics and dance, it's not through the town typically. It's through its own private organizations. Yep. And so she's like dancing with kids from Foxborough or whatever. Like, I don't know. You got to do town shit. So that was the only way I could get her. So either way, but somebody said that you have to come film it. I don't think you should be filming probably other let's get that one.
No one needs to film.
Maybe we could do like an ISO only on me. Maybe only like I'm not saying you have to if that's what you wanted to do, just like how I coach.
Yeah,
right?
maybe, but I don't want to.
Maybe, but everything else is a hard no.
We don't need KMS basketball season 2 to be the 3rd grade Walpole team.
No, but that'd be great if our team is just absolutely stacked and I'm just like I'm the best coach in the league out of the blue. No, in fairness, I haven't played actual basketball like in a competitive zone. I know nothing really about the sport. I think the last time I played it competitively in a town was like 5th grade. So I don't know shit about it, but like I said, I'm hoping it's basic. So all right, let's get to some other stuff. Should we call Mutt on the Rich Shertenlieb stuff? He's coming in tomorrow too. Both these guys are coming in tomorrow, so I feel like we don't need to hear about it like ad nauseum. The Rich stuff to me is also like, I don't know. it's over now at this point. Like Fred Toucher, we'll play the audio tomorrow. Fred Toucher hates Rich. He bitched about him, and it is what it is, I guess.
Mutt did say that there was going to be an impromptu Mutt stack today.
Yes. And what does that? Does that just mean, like, is he going to do an interview? Does that mean he's going to talk to Kirk about it and have some? Because he's done interviews in the past inside Muttstack, and I think Kirk was one of them at one point. Are we going to hear more inside information? I've heard some of the people that were a part of Rich's show are actually staying with the station, which doesn't. Oh, fuck it. Let's call him. Let's see what he says. I only really care about that. The Fred Toucher. Did you listen to that audio? Fred Toucher yelling and all that stuff.
I listened to a little bit of it.
I mean, the guy hates him. Let's see what Mutt says about it, though. Let's see. Cully is going to be more concerned around no one sharing water bottles. No, I'm not that much of a pussy. I was a pussy during COVID, but I'm not that big of a pussy. Hey.
Hello.
Hey, we're doing a producer show. Can we just ask you, you said that some of those people on Rich's show are going to stay. Why? Like Michael Hurley? Like, what are you hearing that they're staying? What are they going to do?
Is this live right now or is this off the air?
Yeah, this is live. Producer show.
You gotta say live to tape
live
or
to,
live to
that's
producer
not
show?
Yeah, but that's not our thing. I just said you don't have to. You're live.
Listen. Simple thing. Two things for you. Number one, if you're watching this show right now, please note that we just dropped a special edition of the Muttstack podcast featuring Kirk Minahan to react to the big news.
Nice. Okay, that's huge. Okay.
So in that episode, I will just say that what I was told is that right now, today, at some point, Alex is meeting with either one or both of Emerson and Hurley to see if they're interested in staying on in whatever the version of the show is going to be.
Okay.
You're saying, why is that happening? I don't know, other than management likes guys, and they heard something with those two that they could. I assume the next thing is going to be more music, right? You guys think it's more music, Dave?
Yeah, definitely. It has to be. So it's stupid if it's not.
Those two guys and a female voice, sort of in between music.
Yeah.
I'm sure likable, and I'm sure the other. I mean, it's crazy that Rich is so unlikable and his salary was so big that they just push him out and keep doing the show. But when you ask why, I assume that's the reason why, because management likes those two. They're likable, easy to work with, affordable, and they can add a female voice and do music around those two. Is
Fred
my best guess.
Is Fred Toucher that likable? Like today, listening to him, and for everybody who's watching this, he went on his whole tirade about how much Rich sucked and he's not loyal and this and that. Do people like really like Fred Toucher? Because I mean, first of all, like he came into work. I don't know if he was like a Chris Curtis situation, but like he's had health issues. He's had like I believe substance abuse issues, right? And he's coming into work and he's losing his voice and he's on the air for fucking way too long with no voice. Like I would imagine that probably irritated his colleagues. But all of a sudden today, I'm listening to this guy and you'd think he's the most popular guy within the entire company.
I'll just go off what we know. When Rich yesterday, when this happened to Rich, literally no one outside of the guys on his current show had his back on social media, right? Like no one did the whole. So that to me is a sign that Fred is onto something, that he's not that likable. As I get the sense that Fred is playing a character on the air and that he's different off the air. Now he said that today, Dave. I know you were listening because we were texting.
Yep.
He said, if you think I walk around the rest of the day like this, you're out of your mind. So I think the audience and us as listeners, his character is an asshole, but behind the scenes actually a better guy, and that Rich is the opposite. But the people around 98.5 have sort of echoed that. I think Fred's back more than Rich is back. Like the Zolak calling into Fred's show to rip on Rich playing music, like that's a sign, and the no one pushing back on that, like that they also agree with Fred's take that Rich is not a good guy.
But also realistically, like everybody would choose Fred's talent over Rich's anyway. So if you're an employee of radio, which radio is now just a survival business, just keep your job any way you can, you're going to stay and be friends with Fred. And, you know, if that means saying Rich sucks on the air, that means saying Rich sucks, right?
But I mean, or just say nothing. Like you can just say nothing about it. But they literally played along. Like Zolak turned into his own bit. Like Zolak wants to shit on. By calling in and doing that, you're trying to actively shit all over Rich. Like you can say nothing, which what everyone did yesterday when he let go. I mean, You're right. I'm sure there was pressure on the producers around that show and the show itself. They're trying to hold the show together while Fred was out with his personal issues and while he was airing this shit out on social media.
Right.
But I mean, did anyone think it was so bad they left? Only one guy left. That was Rich, and until recently when there were changes, everyone else stayed, right?
Right. Yes. Yep. And then even, I mean, he said he talked to past colleagues that were texting him. I assume one of their producers who got laid off. I don't think it was like it wasn't like a work situation. I don't think one of their producers.
Was that Michael Lockhart?
Yeah, Mike Lockhart, who was who was a source of mine throughout my reporting. I don't know if he was a source of yours.
Really?
Yes.
How about that?
Yeah. I'm an honest journalist here. I'll just put that out there. But he didn't give me anything crazy. Like he gave me a couple names that said no to Rich's show, which was good. But that's it. We all knew that.
And those people were tied to 98.5 at some level.
Yes.
Those people, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So
I'm on the inside. Before we let you go, and everybody's going to go listen to the recap with you and Kirk anyway.
Mudstack.com.
Mudstack.com. Is Michael Montante a pussy for not doing a live stream tonight during the election?
Michael Montante, he's going to be I'm going to be a guest on your main show tomorrow. I guess this is now the sub show, but the main show tomorrow, Montante's going to be there. Montante called me at 9:40 p.m. last night and again today at 7:59 a.m. We have an issue. I gave Montante my number, and he's ironically, just calling me all hours of the night.
At 10 o'clock at night, he's going. What could he possibly have needed Michael Mutnansky to say him?
We're going to find out tomorrow. We're going to find out tomorrow on your show because I kept hearing that if you give Montante your number, he'll call you all the time, and I'm now.
It is ad nauseum. All right, last question. It is.
I can tell you right now what he's doing. I'll tell the audience what he's doing today if you'd like to know.
Sure.
He answered this morning. He invited me to play golf with he and Pat Ford in Rhode Island.
Yep. And same to me. It could have been a great foursome right there.
It's my kids are home. It's election day. No, I'm stuck at home. So I couldn't play golf with him. But I would say,
not to mention that's an hour. What is that? An hour and 15 minutes away from you to play 9 holes of golf.
2-hour drive. Yeah. I only do that to practice basketball with Justin and Coleman. I'm not trying down there to play golf, which I'm not good at. I'm not as critical of Montante as you are because I think it's actually going to be a better reaction if he enjoys it live tonight. He's going to flip around, has a few beverages. He'll be great on the show tomorrow and end up being just as good. So right. I'm not going to shit on him like you are. No,
okay. All right. Justin, you got anything for Mutt?
Nope.
All right, Mutt. Thank you. We will see you tomorrow.
Mudstack.com.
Mudstack.com. Yep. Go to Mudstack.com. Kirk's on there. They're talking about the radio stuff. If you guys are into it, because I don't know. I just we knew that show was going to suck, and then it ended. So I don't know what else is there to say. I'll go listen to what they have to say, and maybe it'll get me fired up again about radio stuff. But I'm moved on from it a little bit.
Yeah, it is funny to see like those clips going out. I saw you tweet it where it's like, if it fails, it's on me.
Right.
He immediately is like, yeah, it turns out it's not on me. Management wanted more music. I wanted less music. It is funny whenever these things like fail, when people say like, we're just starting to get something good going too. And It's like, where? Like maybe behind the scenes you could see something, but like all the numbers said no, it got no social media traction.
Right.
Maybe like 5 people. I don't know. But
the only thing I wonder is, like I was saying this to Mutt this morning, like the station might have wanted to flip all sports, and they were kind of like, I don't know. I almost feel like you just have to pull the fucking Band-Aid.
Nuts though to go from like a successful like WZLX, you at least know what it is. Like people like listen to it for classic rock.
Big Jack's a ZLX guy.
Yeah, so is like my dad, and suddenly it's just like, no, what we need is a third sports station, not a new sports station. No, take an existing one that's already like working. And
but minus Greg Hill, like EEI gets barely any ratings, and they probably make a decent amount of money on it. Maybe there was sports rights that ZLX could have gone and got, and then all of a sudden they can sell that and make money. So maybe it was just like it was just strategic. It was like, all right, if we can get a 3 share with sports or something across the board, I don't fucking know. But either way, okay. What else do we have here today? We kind of
last night he booked Mick for not next week, but the week after that.
I was going to ask you, I got those messages. Is that a Menners booking Mick thing because of what Kirk said on the show, or is that a Kirk reached out to Mick and then they connected?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I would assume that Menners booked Mick and then maybe Kirk saw that and was like, hey. I wanted him in next week, not 2 weeks from now.
Yep.
And they switched some things around. So I believe Kane is pushed back a week, and
Okay,
going to be in on Monday. So
okay, all right, that's good. So Mick makes his triumphant return to the Kirkman Show a week from yesterday, so on Monday.
yes,
Looking forward to it. Are you looking forward to that?
of course.
All right. Yesterday, just kind of like from a noticing it standpoint and seeing the reaction, is there a topic in KMS history that Mike Geary was more fired up to discuss than the KMS Top 50? Is he just like a list guy and he loves that? He was beyond into that segment, like in terms of the list and getting fired up. He was talking about it before the show, then he's talking about it during the show. Can you remember a piece of content that he was as fired up about?
The Steve units he was very fired up about. It is
Moroso voicemail. Moroso voicemail.
voicemail.
That's early too.
He gets into like this Minifan stuff.
Yep.
That he really gets into.
That's what I don't like. That's why the list kind of mind fucks me as well, where I almost think it has to be like a really dialed in top 10 list of X within the Kirkman and Show. So it gets really focused, because like Linda Marks wasn't on the list.
Yes.
There's a couple others.
Yeah, there's a couple, but like I don't know if Linda Marks, like she kind of falls under the Bob Murchison tree to me with like the Vigil and stuff.
Yeah, but it's like it's such big, like a show character that was recurring, and in the spots that they came up on the show, like they were typically big spots, right? Mm-hmm. So like instead of kind of focusing only specifically on like the Minifans from the social media world, or even some of Minifans who are in the third chairs. They're great on the show. They contribute. They do all these things. But like, are they bigger than Linda Marks? Or I'm trying to think. There was a couple others last. Remember somebody in the group chat put like 4 of them in Julie's group chat last night. And I was like, holy shit! How are they not included?
Yeah,
I forget who else it was, but I don't know. The lists are always hard. Who's this guy? Stuttering John. I don't think would be on the KMS list. Roscoe. I'm sorry about that. Great timing by Kane and Freddie. Cully B-ball team is going to go 0 for 10. I don't know if they're games. That's so I apologize. I think that they're like practices is what I assumed. That's what I assumed I was signing up for, but I'm just not. I'm not sure. Wait, what else? Oh, Freddie Lynn says 3 up, 3 down tonight at 10 p.m. Top 50 special. Okay, good tease there.
The last thing I want to not plug real quick, but last night Kirk recorded a couple episodes of the Sports Geniuses. I'm not going to give anything away. I'm going to say there are some very, very funny moments in it.
Okay.
Classic Kirk moments that if you're a Minifan, you'll really like.
Yep. You did tweet out an interesting picture that I'm sure we'll get into. Very interesting.
There is a new hole in the studio walls.
Yep. Speaking of studio, I got a whole list of studio spaces that we might need to go look at yesterday. I got about 10 different offices, but I got to go then do they didn't like just put in the agent who did it, who's a Minifan, didn't just put in like what the rent would be. They did like the square footage and then, how much, the cost per square footage. So I got to go do that math today with all those listings, but I don't know. We'll have to run through that together, Justin, but besides that. All right, I think that's it. I don't know if there's anything else we want to touch on. I'm sure maybe tomorrow we'll talk about the Jason Kelsey apology, which was just, he didn't really apologize. It's kind of a pussy thing to do. I didn't think he had to do that.
Something you have to do.
What, just to appease Taylor Swift fans? Like, do you think ESPN was mad about that?
I just think in 2024, it's just something you have to do.
What? All he did was break a fucking phone. Like, he wasn't going to punch the kid in the face.
That's not the point. The part he has to apologize.
Yeah, just that he said it back. I don't know. It's just whatever. Okay. Nothing else really Minifan related. It seems like you're not going to apologize for the Bill Trudell bit, which is fine. MHB is just going to have to deal with it.
Silly if I did.
Yeah, it is what it is. But that's it. Yeah. All right, cool. Besides that, we will see you tomorrow morning. You would have seen us tonight if Montante wasn't a pussy. I don't think I just want to hammer that home. And besides that, I'm good. You good?
Yep.
All right. Goodbye.